You're such a nerd, Double Dragon 912. Yep, and I'm proud to be a nerd. Video games are awesome.
When you decide to step up to this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this kind of flying, crashing, feeling, when you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come: the games of Super Nintendo. No one else creates this kind of experience, because no one else creates these kinds of games. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be Brawl Brothers. I know a lot of people probably saying, well, Brawl Brothers sidekicks? What in the world is Brawl Brothers? Trust me, Brawl Brothers is one of the best beat 'em up games of all time, and I first played it on Super Nintendo. It's also known as Rush and Beat in Japan. Japan they call it Rush and Beat, but over here they call it Brawl Brothers. And Brawl Brothers is a type beat 'em up. You got 5 different characters: Hack, the girl Wendy, old dude, I can't remember his name. It's about 5 different characters, and pretty much in this storyline, you pick 2 characters. You and your partner got to go through the game and rescue your partners because they got kidnapped and they're being replaced by clones by whoever the last boss is in this game. And these bosses pretty much the characters that you don't pick. This was tight. The characters you don't pick, you have to fight and beat in order to free them, and once you free them, you can pick them again. So it's pretty tight, man. It's about 5 or 6 different stages you go through the game, and tight, just clean beat 'em up fun. You got the super moves where you can, like my favorite character is Hack. He has a little lightning fist. Lightning fist. Then you got the tightest thing on here that you guys and girls need to remember to do is to go to options and turn on angry mode. Angry mode turn off at the beginning. I don't know why they did this, but go to option and turn on angry mode. Trust me, you will not regret it. Angry mode is pretty much when you get hit so many times your character get angry, he start flashing orange, and when they get angry, they throw them pretty much all the way across the screen, and they do some super duper Dragon Ball Z type throws, and it's tight. It's all beat 'em up at its finest. Love me some Brawl Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Please check it out if you have not yet. I think it's came out on Nintendo Switch Online. And if you didn't check it out on Nintendo Switch Online, make sure you still got a Super Nintendo. Go check it out. They got Retro Bit released a Brawl Brothers pack. It got all 3 of the Jaico games on there. Brawl Brothers is one of them. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 on my top 10 Super NES games of all time is Brawl Brothers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, got number 9 going on here. Number 9 has to be the Peacekeepers. Why I say Peacekeepers, ladies and gentlemen? You remember Brawl Brothers? Same cast that made Brawl Brothers. They improved. What they did with this, which I love, this was what companies used to do before they started doing crazy stuff nowadays. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They improved upon it. Imagine Brawl Brothers, which is a great game. That's number 10. They took Brawl Brothers and improved on every aspect they could on Peacekeepers. You got all your special moves, like on Brawl Brothers, you got all your special moves, but now you got even more special moves where you can pretty much invincible moves. You do the move and it pretty much clear out the whole screen. Don't kill off the bosses, but it clear out the whole screen. And then there was a little secret move on there where you can pretty much make Flynn, my main character that I like, You make him turn into a Super Saiyan. If you do it right, he turned into a Super Saiyan pretty much, and that was tight. You had 4 different characters you can play with from the start on this game, but on this one you had some unlockable characters. You had like, let's see, the Orbot you can unlock. You can unlock Norton, and let's see, at least two or three different unlockable characters on there. And on this game, you had multiple endings. That's always great with replay value. That what makes a game great when you have that replay value. You play through it again and you get different endings. That's what's so tight about this game. Got different endings, and this is a pretty tight story. Pretty much this greedy corporation that took over the whole world called DM, and they trying to turn everybody into monsters and everything, and y'all pretty much fighting them to stop them from just destroying the world. And it's pretty tight, man. It's got some political stuff in there. I love it. There's different routes you can take in this game. You go this route, that route, this route, all type of routes. Replay value, beat 'em ups at its finest, and they even had a 4-player beat 'em up mode, like a versus mode where 4 people can go against each other, beat each other up. That was pretty tight. Shoot, love me some Peacekeepers, also known as Russian Beat 3 in Japan, but I love me some Peacekeepers. I remember I bought this game brand spanking new at, where was it I was at? I think it was at Kmart, man. That'll tell you how long ago that was. I had bought that game brand spanking new at Kmart for like $20. It was off the chain, man. I still have my copy of the Peacekeeper, and I also picked up the Retro Brawlers collection from Retrobit. Like I say, you still got a Super Nintendo. Go check that out. Buy that. And I don't know if Peacekeeper is on the Switch or not. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. I would like to know, because I ain't got a Switch. I still need to get me a Switch. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 9 has to be the Peacekeepers. Moving right along. Moving right along. If y'all have been following me, Sidekicks912, on this channel, man, y'all know I'm a huge Double Dragon fan. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, number 8 on my list has to be Super Double Dragon. Now, don't get me wrong, I played the first 3 Double Dragons on Nintendo. They were great games, loved them. And then when I first saw the announcement of Super Double Dragon coming on the Super Nintendo, I was like, wow, I had to pick it up, man. Tight. It improved upon what the Double Dragons on Nintendo. This time you got Billy and Jimmy, just like you got on the old ones, but this time you can distinguish between the two of them. You know, Billy looked different than Jimmy, and they both got special moves in different stages. And one of the characters on there, the boss battles on there, he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm very surprised that Nintendo didn't get it sued by the Technos, whoever helped make that game. Get sued by that, because the dude look just like Arnold Schwarzenegger on there. I'll get to the chopper, look just like the dude. But Yeah, I guess they didn't get sued, and Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't mind. Shout out to him for not minding. But man, a great game, man. Now I did a bit of a history lesson on this. Shout out to Top Hat Gaming. He said that Super Double Dragon didn't make the money like it was supposed to make because it came out around the time of Street Fighter. But I love Super Double Dragon, and he also said that there were a lot of things that were cut out of the game, which I agree with him on that because I got a chance to play Return of the Dragon, which is the Japanese version of Super Double Dragon. Pick that game up if you have not yet already. It's on you picked it up on Amazon. Retrobit did a classic version of that. It's in the Red's console. If you got a Super Nintendo, please pick it up. It's pretty tight. The difference between Super Double Dragon and Return of Double Dragon is like the last stage. They cut out a whole big part of the game where on the last stage is a lot longer before you get to the boss Duke at the end. And compared to the American release, of course, the Japanese release got a little bit more than we did. Like I said, the last stage is longer and the songs are switched around a little bit differently. Like on the Japanese version of the game, like the first stage is the last stage and the last stage is the first stage. Is the songs switch around a little bit. And the hit detection is pretty much a little bit better than the Japanese game. Overall, if you can, ladies and gentlemen, check out the Japanese version of the game. It's pretty good too. It's worth another playthrough. Return of the Double Dragons. It's pretty good. I enjoy both versions of the game, but I have to admit that the Japanese version is a little bit better. And also, shout out to Top Hat Game. He also said that the game was originally supposed to have more of a storyline to it and supposed to have cut scenes and all kinds of stuff, but they cut it out due to time constraints. But we'll never know what the full version of Super Double Dragon was supposed to be. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, pick this game up, check it out, play it. Super Double Dragon. You're a big fan of beat 'em ups, so you love Double Dragon. Check this game out. You cannot call yourself a Double Dragon fan without playing this game. Please, I implore you, check out Super Double Dragon. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 8 on my list is Super Double Dragon. Let's keep this show rolling, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 on my list. Let's keep this thing rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7 is Gradius 3. If you did not know, ladies and gentlemen, go click the link in the description. I have it going on down there, or iCard going on up there. If you haven't, go check out my top 10 favorite NES games of all time. Same people that helped make Life Force helped make Gradius 3. Pretty much is a sequel to it. And Gradius 3 is more the same of Life Force, plain shooting game. And what made me play Gradius 3 so much, me and my little brother, we used to play it a lot, man. And just the music, man. The music for Gradius 3 is all the same. It's some of the best Gradius music out of all the greatest series I've played. It's got some of the best music on there, man. Then the power-ups you can get. You can get the lasers, the ripples, and you get the options that go around you, or option that goes straight ahead of you. Then you get your force field, and they just improved upon all the Nintendo Gradius games. They just added more to it. If it ain't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They added to it. Final Fantasy, Square Enix. Don't get me started with them. That's a whole nother story for another day. But that's what I like about this game. They added to what already worked. They just improved upon it. And this is a great, 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 great game. Took me a minute to beat this game, ladies and gentlemen. I never could beat this game, but I did one time. You know how I did? I put in the code to get the infinite power-ups. Hey, I know y'all say, hey, you cheated, sidekicks. Yeah, I did. But hey, I beat the game. It was hard, though. Even with those power-ups I had, with the options and all that stuff, going around you in full force options, it was hard. Because once you die at the end, even when you die, and you try to put that code back in, it won't go back in. Trust me, you have to beat it the regular way. But I end up going through it and beating it with the code. I had my options and everything because they throw everything but the kitchen sink at you. I think they throw that at you too. They got all type of bosses. And the one boss mode where you fight like 8 or 9 bosses in a row, and the music just intensifies while you flying the plane. And oh, hype! Greatest 3, man, off the chain. Love that game, man. I gotta rebuy that game again. I think the copy that I have doesn't work no more, but I will probably rebuy me a copy if I can. But ladies and gentlemen, if you can, pick up Greatest 3. If you can't find like a copy out there in a while, I think it's on that anniversary playing arcade collection that they got out for all consoles. And then Nintendo may have it on their eShop. I'm not for sure. Correct me down in the comment section if I'm wrong, Nintendo fans out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 7 has to be Greatest 3. Here we go. It's me, Mario. What's going on, Mario? You know you had to be up in this list. You think Nintendo, you gotta put Mario up in there. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 6 for me is Super Mario World. Let me tell you something about Super Mario World. This is the first Mario game I ever beat. I beat this one. I never could beat Mario 1, 2, and 3 on the old school OG Nintendo. Never could beat it. Never could beat any of those. Came close, but never could beat any of those. But I beat Super Mario World. I figured out a stage on there that you can take called the Star Road, and I took the Star Road, and next thing I know, I was at the end boss, beating Cooper, and I beat it. And I felt good about this, and that's why I come in at number 6 on my list, because it's the first one ever Mario game I ever just sat down and was able to beat. It's fun, man. You got my boy Yoshi. That's why he's still, to this day, one of my favorite Mario characters of all time, is Yoshi. You know, I like my boy Yoshi. You know, even though Mario treated him wrong by punching him in the back of the neck and making him spit out his tongue. That's messed up, Mario. How you treat my boy Yoshi like that? But yeah, still a great game. Get the feather, fly on Yoshi, go wherever you want. Unlock different stages, and you know the little square blocks that was there. You can make them appear once you unlock different stages and different secret stages in this game. And just pretty much to me, this is what made Mario really expand. You know, that like when you saw this Mario World, you're like, oh, this is how Mario look in next gen. This is how Mario gonna look with better graphics. This is the first game to me that made Mario look good in better graphics. This shows you what Nintendo could do with Mario. This game submit. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I destroyed that word, but you know what I'm saying. This game just put Mario on the next gen map, in my opinion. When people saw that, they were like, oh man, I didn't know Mario could look that good. You know, it did a great job with this game. I got to give Nintendo credit, man. And plus, it came bundled with every Super Nintendo when Super Nintendo first came out. Don't we miss those days, ladies and gentlemen? Video games that actually came with the system. We don't get that no more nowadays, but this is great, man. I love me some Super Mario World. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 6 is Super Mario World.
Introducing the next generation from Nintendo, New Super Mario World, created especially for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging, a bit more graphic, a bit more colorful, a bit more realistic, a bit more levels, a bit more secret, a bit more enemies, a bit more friends, a bit more sound, a bit hotter, a bit cooler, a bit weird, a bit more revolutionary, a bit more Mario, a bit more of what you want. It's 16-bit, and it's yours only if you get New Super Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5, we're rounding this thing down. Coming in at number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is Tecmo Super Bowl 2 Special Edition. Now, I know y'all wondering why I didn't pick the first one. I like all the Tecmo Super Bowls that came out on Super Nintendo. I played some of them on Sega Genesis, which they were okay, but they had nothing on the Super Nintendo version. Tecmo Super Bowl 1 was good. Tecmo Super Bowl 2 Special Edition was great. Tecmo Super Bowl 3 Final Edition, it was okay. They took out some of the music, but the best one out of the three to me is, if I had to pick one, is Tecmo Super Bowl Special Edition. Had some of the best music, best roster, all kind of things. Super Nintendo and Tecmo outdid themselves on this. And the music just off the chain, man. All the stuff that you could do on it. Oh, I gotta give it to it, man. And I think it was 1994 roster and 95, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. Good old football. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, best football games ever made was made on Super Nintendo, in my opinion. Tecmo did it. They did the thing. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They just added to it. They took what worked on Tecmo Bowl and added to it. Gave you more plays to pick from, more audibles to pick from, more defensive plays to pick from. Now that you have the 2-point conversion in this game that you didn't have them in the older games, now you can go for 2 now. Oh, man. Tecmo. Good job. They did a great job on this football game. I wish Tecmo would go back and make football games. Now the only thing we can get is Madden, because Madden just own the rights to NFL football, so you basically got a monopoly over NFL football, and you cannot play an official football game unless it's Madden, which sucks. That's why I don't even support Madden like that no more. Ugh. That's another video for another time, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, we back in the retro days, so let's smile, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is Tecmo Super Bowl.
Blue 48. Cut. Brown 52. Cut. Turnover.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen. This game was kind of like before its time. The graphics on this game looks amazing. I did not know the Super Nintendo could do something like this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 is Donkey Kong Country 2. Now, I played Donkey Kong Country 1. Loved it. Never could beat Donkey Kong Country 1. It was a hard game to me. I beat Donkey Kong Country 2. Great game. Great graphics. I love the graphics on this game. And, I took a look and took a peep at the newer Donkey Kong Country games. They don't even look as good as the old ones. They done took the camera and zoomed out on it. They zoomed out on the environments, and the graphics don't even look as good as the Super Nintendo games. I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I ain't never really thought to invest into the new Donkey Kong games, because they don't look as good as Super Nintendo games. Super Nintendo games actually have the zoomed in graphics. You can see everything. You can see everything on the Switch games too and everything, but they all zoom down and they look smaller than the actual old game. Older games look bigger. The people look bigger. You got bigger bananas, bigger enemies, bigger environments because it's zoomed in. The camera angles look a lot better when Rare made it, more so than what Switch is doing with the newer Donkey Kong game. So, y'all argue with me if you want on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Now, give me the old school one better any day. I still like how the Super Nintendo version of the games look. Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, especially 2. That was my favorite. But if you didn't know, to give you a little synopsis of the game, Donkey Kong Country 2 takes place directly after Donkey Kong Country 1. This time, they kidnap Donkey Kong, and it's up to you, Diddy Kong, and your girlfriend Dixie to go through this whole maze of traps made by K. Rool Keep. I think that's his name. K. Rool, he a big old crocodile. And you got to go through his little traps to go there and save Donkey Kong and rescue him from the castle and beat the game. It's pretty good, man. There's actually two endings to this game. I never could beat and see the real ending. All I got was the regular ending when you go through the game and beat it. But if you, in order to get the secret ending, you had to get all the criminal coins, go through the game, get all the criminal coins, and once you get all the criminal coins, you unlock a passage to the true ending of the game, which is pretty hard to do. You got to get 72 criminal coins. That's actually a code to do it, but that's neither here nor there. I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 for me is Donkey Kong Country 2. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure they got this on the Switch. This is a classic game. Rare at its finest before Microsoft bought them and destroyed them. We ain't finna talk about that. Moving right along. Moving right along. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be Super Punch Out. Now, Super Punch Out to me, ladies and gentlemen, was an amazing game. It improved upon everything that Mike Tyson Punch Out did. It just made it even better. This time you got, I don't know if they said that was Little Mac. He don't look like Little Mac. He got blonde hair instead of black, but maybe Little Mac died as hell. We don't know. Super Punch Out's off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. You got your world circuit, you got your super circuit, you got your minor circuit, you got all the circuits and the special circuit, all this in here. It's tight, man. I love it. It's got they ain't got Mike Tyson in there because Nintendo didn't do Mike Tyson no more because they didn't want to get sued. I understand. You got all your classic players coming back. You get still a Glass Joe. You got Gabby J, yay. You got Piston Hurricane, Ball Bulls back. You got Super Macho Man, he's back, he's older. You ain't got Solar Pop Blister, but you do got Sandman, he's back. A lot of the classic characters from Nintendo, they're back, but they're a little bit older, and it's tight, man. I finally sat down and got a hang of this system. This system I got a hang of. I remember this game, I played this game so much, I was breaking records off of this game. Me and my two little brothers, we were breaking records off this game, but we lost that data because, in Super Nintendo cartridge days, after a while, the cartridge won't hold data no more. I wish I had a capture card back then. I could have showed y'all some of the records I used to break playing that game because that's how good I had got at that game. I love that game. Got your regular punches, then you got your super punch that you get, and what's tight was on the Super Nintendo version. When he get hype, his gloves start glowing. The more they glow, the more your punches take more power off of them. Pop, pop, you got the rapid punch, you got the super punch. Pow! And then once you learn the enemy's pattern, you can just go to town on them, man. Great game. I still need to play the Wii version. I heard they made a Wii version of Punch Out. I got that game. I just haven't sat out and played it, but great game, man. Great. Love me some Super Punch Out, man. I probably like it even more than Mike Tyson Punch Out. Great game. Loves me some Super Punch Out. Ladies and gentlemen, coming at number 3 is Super Punch Out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good. Knockout. Beat the cake.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 2 has to be Killer Instinct. One of my favorite fighting games of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Love me some Killer Instinct. Lord, love me some Killer Instinct. First played Killer Instinct in arcade, man. Used to go use countless of quarters on Killer Instinct in arcade. Now I ain't even gonna get started on Killer Instinct 2, which is awesome. But man, when they made this game, I could not believe they could put this type of game on the Super Nintendo, and they did a great job with it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, like I said again, I'm going to repeat myself. I don't care. Is Killer Instinct, ladies and gentlemen. Great fighting game. Loved it. Why I like this game so much, ladies and gentlemen, because I remember when I was it was one of my birthday parties at the old place down where I grew up at Luigi's Pizzeria. I remember the place. I'll never forget that place. My brothers got together and got me this game, Killer Instinct, and they got it for me for my birthday, and it came with a Killer Instinct Killer Cut soundtrack, one of the best video game fighting game soundtracks of all time. Man, that soundtrack off the chain. Love that soundtrack. Some of the hits are Orchid Killer, yeah, yeah, yeah. Best sound, one of the best fighting game soundtracks of all time. You had Jago, Orchid, TJ Combo, Chief Thunder, pretty much fighting Ultra Tech, the evil corporation that's trying to take over the world, and y'all got each fighters in there for their own different reasons, and just a great fighting game. Love Killer Instinct. Rare did they thing. Boy, Rare did they thing. Nintendo, y'all dummies letting Microsoft buy that thing. But Microsoft did end up buying all Rare. Just to give y'all a little side story. Microsoft did end up buying Rare, and for the longest, they just let Rare sit there and just collect dust. And pretty much made Rare garbage, like I said. But eventually, Microsoft got their head out of it behind and did some good things with Killer Instinct. It was the reason why I bought a Xbox One to play Killer Instinct, because that's how much of a Killer Instinct fan I am. And the Killer Instinct game that they got on Xbox, exclusive to Xbox, is pretty good. I can't hate on it. It ain't as good as the old school KIs, but it's pretty decent. I give it credit. I give credit what credit due. The new Killer Instinct is pretty decent. I ain't gonna lie to you. Microsoft did a good job on that. But hey, if you have a Super Nintendo, check out Killer Instinct, man. Great game. It's not arcade perfect at no means, shape, or form at all, but it's a great port. It stands up and it holds up on its own on the Super Nintendo. I love playing on Super Nintendo. That's how I learned all my combos. Mainly, after I used to leave the arcade, I used to go home and play it on Super Nintendo. You know, I knew it wasn't the arcade perfect one. I didn't care though, because it was Killer Instinct. It was just a great game. They did a great job on them. I got to give Super Nintendo credit how they took that arcade beautiful game and made it into a Nintendo port like that. Super Nintendo port, a 16-bit port like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to number 1. And finally, my number 1 favorite Super NES game of all time is Zelda, Link to the Past. No, I'm just playing. Y'all know I don't like Zelda like that. Let me stop playing with y'all. Number 1 for real is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Cowabunga! Yes! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, to me, is one of the best beat-em-up games of all time. This game is off the chain. When you think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you gotta think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time Part 4. At the time when this game came out, I had never played the arcade version of the game. Never played it. Never got to sit down and played it, or never seen it in none of the arcades down here where I'm from. I never seen none of them. But I played the Super Nintendo version, and to me it was pretty much arcade perfect in my opinion. Because I did get a chance to eventually play the arcade version of it. Later on down the line, I played it. And the only difference between the arcade version of it and the Super Nintendo version of it is you got 4 players with arcade version, and you got 2 players with the Super Nintendo version of it. Now, don't get me wrong, the arcade version pretty decent, but the Super Nintendo version will always hold a special place in my heart. It's great. I bought that game twice, I think. Twice, and I probably will buy it again when they bring it out to the Cowabunga collection that's coming out soon. I'm going to buy it again because that's how much I like the game. Turtles in Time, all the chain. Then they also, if you didn't know, they did make a Sega version of this game. They called it Turtles Hyperstone Heist, which is Turtles in Time, but a whole different game. It's like pretty much Sega's answer to Turtles in Time. Konami did their own specific version of it. It was pretty tight, but they ain't got nothing on Turtles in Time. But I digress. Let me tell you how great this game is. Pretty much you play with all 4 of the turtles, And this time, Shredder up to no good. He done stole the Statue of Liberty. Shredder always doing something he ain't supposed to be doing. He just won't do right. It's Shredder, boy. I tell you, he a trip. He stole the Statue of Liberty this time. This time you got to go and try to fight him to get it back. And next thing you know, he banishes you to a time war. And this time you go in time, which is tight. You be in the dinosaur era. You be in the what else you be in? You be on the pirate ship, and you be in one of my favorite stages of all time. You go in the future, which we now is the past now, because that stage has finally come to fruition. Neon Knight Riders, you go into the future, and you go over to the Tetradrome. You go all over time, and just good, clean, beat 'em up fun. Each turtle has their own special move. My boy, Michelangelo, best turtle at me. I'm just playing. In my opinion, Michelangelo is the best turtle. He's my favorite turtle. He has his move where he does, he spreads his nunchucks around. Then you got Leonardo with his spinning. I think he don't do the spinning on this. He just do the sword, yank back. And Donatello got his special move, and Raphael got his special move. Each one of them got his special move. And what was tight about Turtles in Time, each one of them had special attributes. Like Michelangelo, he was the slowest turtle, but he had the best defense. Leonardo, of course, he's the leader. He had the best overall, best stats overall. Raphael was the fastest, but he was the weakest. Like, he couldn't take much punishment. He get hit too many times, he going down. And I think Donatello, I forgot his stats, but it was different too. But you noticed it when you played it. You look at your power bar and everything. That was pretty tight. First time they added that to it. And then you got, just going through stages. Great beat 'em up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not played Turtles in Time, please pick it up. I don't know if it's on Nintendo Switch. You can download it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't have a Nintendo Switch, so check it out. If you haven't, please get the Cowabunga collection. It hasn't come out yet, but when it does, best believe I will let you know. Stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will keep you up to date on this, ladies and gentlemen, on when that Cowabunga collection comes out. I will keep you up to date when it comes out. I will let you guys and girls know. Trust me, because I am looking forward to that collection. I am hype about the collection. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, #1 game of all time, Turtles in Time, Turtles 4 for me. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen. That about wraps it up for this rendition of my top 10 favorite SNES games of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, of your top 10 favorite SNES games of all time. You got more than 10, put 20 down there. I don't care how many you put down there. Just put it down there. I want to know your feedback down there in the comment section. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Sidekicks 912 signing out. Peace out.
Neon Knight Riders.